Okay. Okay. Well, welcome back, Realty Pros, to another week of Realty Talk. And we're going to just get right into it. Ms. Porter has a lot of good information that she wants to share with us so that we can go ahead and we can complete our business plans, so that we will get started in that right away. So we're going to go ahead. We'll turn it over to you, Ms. Porter.
Thank you so much, Anita. As always, I can't say Happy New Year enough to you guys. Welcome, Realty Pros, to another week of Porterhouse Realty Talks. We are so excited to be on the line today. For everybody that's joined us on your phones, your email, your tablet, or whatever type of device or way that you've joined us, welcome today. I am in the Upper Marlboro office, so if you guys want to come past the office, I'm in here in case you want to come and join for Realty Talks or you need anything afterwards. But today we are going to get started. And before I go into the business plan, the first thing that I want to go ahead and lay out for conversation today is mindset. Because in order for us to plan to do anything, we have to begin that plan with a proper mindset. Okay. So Mr. Porter and I are going to have this conversation today. I will lead the conversation, and I want for everybody to just open your hearts, open your mind to hear from us, because this is really going to be fruitful to help you into 2023 and beyond. The first and foremost thing that you guys have heard us say a number of times is there is an abundance, and our mindset has to be one that all things are possible. All things are possible to me because I believe, and all things are possible to you because you believe. So before we can go into any planning, before we can talk about the why and all of those things, we really have got to shake off all of the negative, scales and dust and things that will hold us back or hold us bound to past failures of, whether it's 2022 or, whatever that looks like. But we want to make sure that for all of us, we come into this new year with a breath of fresh air, knowing that all things are possible in both this year and beyond. And with all things being possible to you, opportunities are endless. So we talk very much about maximizing every opportunity. So I'm very excited that I heard Darlene and I heard Anita talking about the open houses and talking about partnering to do them. And, if you don't have a listing of your own just yet, partnering with one of your Realty Pro family members, because of course you can do open houses to maximize the exposure of their listing, your client base, so forth and so on. So from that perspective, we have affirmations in our business plan, and they're all the way at the back, but I'm considering moving those to the front, because I notice over and over again, we can talk about winning, we can talk about success, we can talk about $1 million mindset, but the majority of all of that comes from what you think, feel, and believe about yourself, what you think, feel, and believe is possible, what you think, feel, and believe you can do, what you think, feel, and believe the opportunities and resources are. And all of those are things that are on a very personal level. So I would be remiss if I talked about planning for a whole year without starting with that mindset aspect of it. Okay. So from that perspective, in our business plan, the affirmations that you guys have in there, it should be the last page of the business plan, but I want you guys to start that as the first page of your business plan. I want you to go through that, and you can even write some more of those. And just for the sake of us all being on one accord here, I will open and share. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to open and share just that last screen so that you guys can see where some of these affirmations are coming from. But before you do anything, you know how you hear people say, take a moment to get your minds right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment to get our minds right so that as we focus on 2023 and beyond, we're able to do so with a proper perspective. Okay. So affirmations here, there are quite a number of us on the phone, and we are believing for some phenomenal things for 2023. You guys know what our challenge is for 2023 is close 23 and 2023. And the difference in the person that believes they can and the person that believes that they cannot is simply what they believe. Okay. So from that perspective, there are some affirmations here that I want for just a few of you to unmute yourself. And I want you to choose one that speaks to you. And if we can go maybe 3 or 4 people in a row, I want you guys to pull out of these affirmations something that speaks to you. And I want for you to just go ahead and affirm your position before the group. And I will start with the first one. As I have already stated that all things are possible for me, I believe that I can do all things. Who wants to go next? Give us a brave Realty Pro, come on off, and then you guys can go in order. Let's do at least 4 of these in order.
I know exactly what I want, and I'm doing everything necessary to get it.
All right.
I have unlimited potential. I live my life through the deliberate intentions. Every challenge is a victory in the making.
Amen.
D said, I am a success.
Amen. I'm going to keep this going. That was a few. Keep going.
There
Next
is-
person.
there is an
I
abundance.
am diligent. I am diligent in my business. I have a standard of excellence.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
There's an abundance of business waiting for me. I enjoy overcoming a good challenge.
Amen. Next.
And I was going to say, there is an abundance of business waiting for me. D said, I foster great relationships. I operate in integrity.
Amen. Keep going. Somebody else on the line.
This is Angela. I follow up and follow through perfectly. And then I have one more. I am focused and committed.
Keep going.
Okay.
Jennifer said, I am not afraid to step out on faith. I am successful.
Amen.
You too.
Come on, Aurelia.
Okay, I had 4. I am motivated. I am focused and committed. I understand success and how to achieve it. And I am competent and diligent.
Amen. Who's next?
There is a-
know
Go ahead, Carmen.
I know exactly what to think, say, and do in order to get the very best results.
Yes, indeed. Come on. Keep going.
I know exactly what I want, and I'm doing everything necessary to get it. I am detail oriented, and I have excellent perspective.
Excellent. Who's next?
There is an abundance of business waiting for me. I give exceptional customer service.
Keep it going. Who hasn't had a chance to go yet? Or has everybody had a chance? If everybody has had a chance, we will continue.
I apologize, Ms. Porter. Jennifer says,
ahead.
I treat every person with courtesy and respect. I love myself unconditionally. And D said, I am action oriented.
Amen. Thank you so much, guys. I promise you, this is just as important as you following up with a client. This mindset, a positive mindset of all things being possible, of you being more than capable, of you being the leader, the expert, the real estate professional, of you having everything that you need within your grasp and all things being possible to you. This is how you leave the house in the morning. This is how you begin your conversations with your buyers. This is how you begin the conversation with your sellers. Let your mindset be that I'm going to close every transaction that I endeavor to do this year. Let it be that all things are possible because I'm in the midst of this. Let it be that, with another agent, they may not have been able to get this client closed, but I can. Let your mindset be one of possibility, of limitless possibility, guys. And I promise you, you will see doors open for you that you never thought that you would be able to walk into. Okay, so this is a very intentional act that we have to make sure that we do every day. Set your mindset in a positive direction. And it has to be a very intentional act, because we all know that there are thoughts that'll creep up out of nowhere. And you're like, why am I thinking that? You know, I know that that happened, but this is a very negative way to think. And of course, your life follows your thoughts. Everything that you do comes out of what you think. Everything that you believe comes out of what you think. Your actions, your words, your habits, and then personalities, and all of those things will absolutely develop as a process or as a direct product of what it is that you are thinking. So we are intentional. We are building millionaire mindsets at Porterhouse. And you have heard Mr. Porter, CMO, you know, Porter Claus, Shaymo, or whatever Mr. Porter's name is for today. You have heard him say many times, we want to be surrounded by millionaires. And we absolutely believe that. And we're believing that for you guys. There is a millionaire mindset, however. So with that millionaire mindset, our endeavors in this year, as we start talking about business planning, we're going to come in and do our one-on-ones when we have our follow-ups and all of those things as it pertains to your action plan. This is going to be the response of your broker to you. All things are possible, right? So when you come with a challenge, I'm looking for 3 solutions for that challenge. When you come with the, oh, I couldn't do this because of that, I'm looking for, well, how did you overcome? What things did you try? What resources did you reach out to? How many people did you contact? You know, where's the accountability? What did you do to ensure that your goal was a success? And if there was an adjustment needed, what type of adjustment did you make? Right? Because success is very much attainable for every single person under the Porterhouse umbrella. And I promise, if we could just take the lid off and pour it all into you guys and put the lid back on and shake you up and send you out, we would. And that's what our hope and our goal is every time that we meet, to share with you guys some of the insights that we have. And I promise you these things work. That being said, everybody on this line, and including the people who will listen to this video, you are now being tasked with maintaining a positive mindset, affirming your position, and kicking out negative thoughts that will come in to distract and detract from what it is that you endeavor to do, and not just your real estate business, but every area of your lives, guys. So with that being said, you want to be accountable to it. You want to be accountable to positively affirming your position every single day, affirming each other every single day, holding yourselves accountable for, you know, when you hear the negative mindset come in, nope, switch to a different radio station, change that tune immediately. When you hear it coming out of your mouth, nope, grab that back in and replace it with something different, because I promise you, your life follows your words, your thoughts control your actions, and your success is going to be based on what you believe you can do or what you cannot do. And just as we are humans, you can train us to learn a different language. You can train somebody to do real estate. You can train your brain. You can map it in a positive direction. So you want to be very much intentional and focused on that, because your real estate career is going to be waiting on what you do and the life that you breathe into it. Okay. So that is the first part of what I wanted to talk about today as it pertains to mindset. Now, from that perspective, that sets the stage for everything else that we are going to talk about with regards to our business planning today. Last week, we got started for the second half of our training. Today, we're going to dive a little bit more deeply into it. We know that our goal for 2023 is to close 23 in 2023. And we want for everybody that is on the line and those that will listen to this video, we want you to embrace it. We promise you, it is not just a throwing a dart in the blind type of goal. It is a very intentional, very strategic, and a focused goal. And for everybody last year that focused on closing 22 and 2022, many of you did more than you've done in your entire real estate careers. And we want to keep pushing you. We want to keep motivating you. We want to keep equipping you with everything that you need to be successful. Okay. So in terms of your business goals for 2023, if you guys have been here for a year or more, then you know that we do this on a yearly basis, because it's all about the frame of mind that you have, the plan that you're going to put in place, and then the action items that you're going to take those steps to walk it out. Okay. So this is a process that you are going to do, and you're going to complete this business plan and then schedule your one-on-ones with me. So we're going to walk through some of these details to make sure that this is perfectly clear to you. There's some things that are very specific, and those things they're kind of at face value. So there's no need to explain those. But the heart behind this is for you to be very, very focused as to what you need to do, when you need to do it, and have an active measure of success. Okay. So when you go through your 2022 recap, you're going to take a hard, fast look at what you did from last year, right? Because in order for us to make course corrections so that you can continue to progress in your real estate business, you've got to take a very sober look at what you did well, what you need to improve on, what you didn't do, what you did, only some of the time, so that we can have that as a baseline for 2023, right? We need to know where we're starting from. In order for us to help you guys to progress to the next step in your real estate business, we have to have a transparent baseline for each and every last one of you. And that is going to look different based on where you are in your real estate business. So I admonish you to do this 2022 recap, go down this list, write down all of that information. You guys can do this electronically if you want to create your own transaction for your personal items in Brokerment, and then just type into this, drop your text fields in if you want to do that and make it electronically. You can submit it electronically. You can do a PDF converter or whatever it is that you want to do. You can print it out and fill it in. The sky is the limit, but please get these done, because this is how your 2023 business is going to get started. Okay. That being said, my new plan, looking ahead into 2023, you have personal goals for each and every last area of your life. And there's an old saying that goes, a failure to plan is a plan to fail, right? If you get on the road and you just start driving, but you haven't put a destination into your GPS or your phone or whatever system you use for directions, you just kind of drive and you end up somewhere, anywhere, nowhere. And how do you measure your progress? You can't. So that's what we are endeavoring to do. And that's what the intention is behind these business plans. That being said, each and every last one of us, we are very round individuals in that we are not flat surface, one-dimensional people. You have various components: your spiritual, physical, mental, family, business, financial, contribution, and social fun. So your goals need to incorporate aspects from each one of those different parts of yourself. So you're going to sit down for this business plan and you're going to take some time. You guys know at Porterhouse, we pray. There's no surprise to anybody on this line. You're going to pray. You're going to pray about this in your, take your time. You might have 30 minutes of free time, 45 minutes of free time one day. Take that time and pray about, what your hopes are for the future, your goals are for the future, and what you would like to see yourself accomplish in each one of these areas. And then you're going to bring these things back and you're going to put at least 3 of those goals for each one of these areas. And we will, of course, hone into one of them specifically. And then we're going to put those items into your planner so that we can develop an action plan for it. But that's the basis for what we are going to do in your business plan. Okay. So there's a lot of great meat here, but I'm going to go directly to the business portion of it. You guys we want you to do each and every last component, including the family, including the contribution, the financial, social fund, and all of those things as it pertains to our focus. Our focus is going to be on the business component of it. So what does that look like? If we were to say, okay, well, somebody give me a business goal that you have for the year, let's do that now. I want you guys to, take yourselves off mute. Give me a couple of the goals that you have for your business for this year, because before the end of this training, what we're going to do is we're going to walk them through the SMART chart so that you know how to make that goal an attainable goal, so that it's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Okay. Do you guys, Mr. Porter, did you want to jump in right there?
Jazz, I'm sitting up here and I'm loving this and I'm laughing because I just went in. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just went in our office because I'm working from home, even though my background says Porterhouse, but I'm working from home. And I just went in our office and I found one of our old, embarrassing, but effective Porter Home Team guys from back in 2015. And I don't know if you guys can see this.
You got to put it up closer. Put it in front of your face. It disappeared. And you vanished.
Oh, let me take the background off. Hold on. I can turn the background on, right? Hold on. You guys got to see this. This is unbelievable. None. Okay, here. All right. Can you see it now?
Yes.
You guys see this? This is what Jasmine made me do when I was going. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is an embarrassing logo. But this was our beginning. This was my beginning. This is what Jasmine Porter had me do. Look at this. Look how thick this thing is. Okay. Inside, this was my goal. This was the goal we set in 2015. Can you guys see that?
Hold it up higher. Yes.
Can you see that? This was our goal. And she made me break it down. See, you guys are not being hazed. This is love what she's giving you guys. This was hazing. Okay. And then after I set that goal, I had to keep track of my calendar. This was what I had to work on. This is what she made me do. Okay. So I'm telling you guys, have it nice. Okay. Then I had to actually print out my MLS printouts when I got a listing. She wanted to see that. And then when they sold, I had to write sold on it, but I had to follow this checklist that you all have in the Porterhouse Library. I had a checklist. She made me check all this stuff off and keep notes. So we had big, hairy, scary, audacious goals.
Hold that back up.
We have big, hairy, scary, audacious goals. We're not telling you to do something that we haven't done. Our goal was 300, well, mine really, I think this was for me, but as a team, was 375,000, which comprised of 6 listings per month, 4 investment properties, 60 transactions, 24 buyers, 36 sellers. Did I hit that goal? No. But I did a heck of a job because all of these properties right here are sold properties. Sold properties. All these are my sold properties that I had to show my track record of success. And I think it's about 25 or 30 sold properties just because I set a goal of 60. What if I wouldn't have set a goal of 60? So 23 and 23. Yes, again, we're asking you to set big, hairy, scary, audacious goals to get you out of the bed in the morning. We're asking you to plan your success. We're not telling you to do this because we want to make you do work. We did it because this is what we had. This was our plan. And then it said, I had to not only do that, I had to hire and to train an assistant. I needed to buy and hold rental properties. Did I do all of that in 2015? No, but do I have it now? Do I have it now? Yes, but I started back then. And I kept putting it in the plan over and over, and it became my mindset. This is what Jasmine is talking about, your mindset. And then I wanted to do 4 investment properties. Well, now I have 4-unit apartment buildings. So I wanted to do a number of transactions per year. I can do that in my sleep. I give transactions away. We hire, train, and retain you guys. This is what we do. We've been doing, but this was where we started. This was just the heart of who we were. And we wanted to share what we were doing. People laughed at us when we did this. They laughed. They literally laughed at it. They thought it was comical, especially our little logo here. It wasn't professional. However, let me tell you what Jasmine tells you: when you start to do things, doors will open. We sat in a seminar with a guy who was doing marketing for the whole brokerage. I got to tell this story at the brokerage we were at. And we had this funny looking book, and I used to keep this with me. This was like my little Bible. I used to keep this with me. And he said, can I talk to you guys before you leave? And we were looking like, okay, he wants to get us to spend that money. So we knew we have to invest in ourselves. We said we were going to do, I think one of the goals was to do marketing. I think it said aggressive marketing campaigns. So that's why we were at the meeting. And this guy, his name is Shane. And he said, can I talk to you guys? He said, you know, I meet a lot of people. I travel all over the country. I do sell, you know, my videos and my marketing, but I think you guys are special. There's something special about you. And I just want to know, who's helping you with your marketing. I want to help you develop your branding. I want to help you. And I had a t-shirt on with this logo on it. And I said, ha ha. And he started laughing. He said, that's not your logo. He said, that's not how I see you. He said, I'm going to meet with you. I want to put together a branding package that exemplifies who I believe you guys are going to be, because I see there's something special about you. You believe in yourself. This guy was talking to us like this, and he saw what we saw in ourselves. If you don't have something inside of you that you see for yourself, nobody else is going to see it. We believe in the principles of the Bible. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. We wrote the vision. It was embarrassing, but we weren't even embarrassed. We were proud. We didn't know any better. Now we do. Now we know what marketing and branding. We've learned. We've listened. I just got off the phone this morning talking to one of my multi-millionaire friends, big guru, not going to mention that person's name. And I was talking to him. I said, man, my agents were doing good. The brokerage is growing. I'm so excited what our agents are doing. And he said, well, what was your profit and loss last year? I said, don't worry about that. Let me tell you about my sales volume. And let me tell you about this. And so we were talking. And so I just threw out a number, right? And he says, yeah, that's what I owe in taxes this year. And I said, wow, we still have a long way to go. So you're always in an establishing or solidifying mode. And I'm going back to our theme for the year. If you haven't established these things, if you're just going to do this plan that Jasmine is telling you and throw it away, don't do it. You're wasting our time. You're wasting your time. If you're going to do it and like you made your commitment to the gym, don't make no New Year's resolution. I didn't do all of this in 2015, but I did a heck of a lot. And the stuff stuck in my mind. And as time evolved, those things that are in here, we actually started to accumulate, because it wasn't just the plan for 2015. This was the plan. This was the vision. This was the vision. And the vision 2 years later turned into Porterhouse. And all of those things happened so rapidly, it was scary, but we weren't afraid of being afraid, because we always put big, hairy, scary, audacious goals in front of ourselves. And that's what we want you to do. You have to stop being afraid. And if you are afraid, tell fear to stand over here while you handle your business, until you become comfortable with the fear that's going to be there no matter what you do. It's going to be there whether you make it or whether you fail. There's always two thoughts that happen in my mind every single day. I say, I'm going to go do this. And then something behind me says, you can't do that. I have to make a choice which one I'm going to listen to. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to just pass out some business cards today. I don't care what these people say. And I look at what I have on and I say, I didn't wear the right thing. And I say, you know what? Shut up. You didn't wear the right thing, voice. I'm going to go out and pass these business cards out. And I just pass them out. And I plant my seeds. And I get numbers and I get contacts. And next thing you know, I'm doing business, because you have to listen to one of the voices. And the one that Jasmine is talking to you, the affirmations and all this stuff, Jasmine, I'm telling you, if you guys are not, listen, if you plan on just doing this for the sake of doing it, but you don't plan on using it and keeping it and putting some of the stuff that you had from last year that you didn't accomplish back in the plan until you get it accomplished and check off something every single day, you'll get there. Is it going to happen overnight? Possibly, but not likely, but you got to keep hacking. The tree will fall if you keep chopping, guys. And I'm just so excited because I went back. I don't know what made me go grab this motion, but I never thought Jasmine probably is embarrassed because she has one too. I'm not gonna go get hers. Hers is way thicker than mine. But I was keeping up on her tail. She was the top agent in the brokerage. It was 350 people in that brokerage. And I couldn't embarrass her. I didn't want to be the flunky husband. I had to be a contributor. So guys, what we are telling you works. but you got to work it. It doesn't work if you say, I'm going to do it, and then you don't do it. I'm getting off my soapbox. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I'm so excited for you guys. I want you to be able to look back at where you started and laugh, but be proud that at least you kept going. And now you can do your listings. You can get investments. You have investment properties. You hired people, not just one assistant. Look at all the people we have at Porterhouse. This started out with the mindset to just train one person to be good at what we do. To buy and hold rental investment properties. To be aggressive with bringing people on our team. To always contact our sphere of influence. To pass out business cards. To create flyers, magnets, all kinds of marketing materials. To train and manage a team of professionals. Bring in 4 new recruits. Add to the team members, 3 team members every month. Do free home buyer seminars and seller trainings every chance you get, at least 4 times a year. Hold on to your commission. Get business loans and lines of credit. All of that stuff is in this plan. We ain't know what we were doing. We just knew what millionaires were telling us to do, and we wrote it down, and we kept hacking at it. You guys can do this, and a lot of you are starting to see it. And I'm excited for the ones of you who are doing it and seeing it. And I love the fact that you guys are working together and you're sharing, because that's who we are. That's what your leadership team is about. These are guys who we're working with, and they have something to give, and we want them to share it, because that's how we accomplish. We accomplished this because we pulled people together. And we lost money. Put it that way. I'm not gonna say we lost it, we invested it, we had life lessons. But it was okay. At the end of the day, it blessed us to be where we are now so that we can give to you guys. And that's what we are. We're just givers. We're just givers. We want to continue to give to you guys. But it costs. We have to do business. We gotta do the business. But don't do this plan if you plan on not using it. Waste of time. Do it, keep it, read it, add to it, put your inserts. When you sell a property, stick it in there. When you cancel a property, stick it in there. Something, you should keep track of what happens to the transactions. It got to a point a year later, we just refused to not close every single deal. We said, we're gonna close every single deal. Forget that canceling and, no, we're gonna work with you, honey. I got cussed out, the guy was gonna beat me up, a boxer. I said, that's all right. You can beat me up when you get your new house. Not getting it. He got it. He ain't never beat me up. We friends. But guys, listen, no matter what, you have to put certain things in your mindset, and you have to be committed to believing in it. Nobody else in this world believes in it. We believe in it with you. But don't tell us you're going to do something and don't do it. Don't waste Jasmine's time doing this, sitting down with her and saying you're gonna do something and not commit to do it and hack away at it. And if you don't get everything done, you should at least come to her. When I came to her at the end of 2015, I said, look at what I did. I was so excited. I was so excited to do another plan. I didn't accomplish everything in that book. It was almost impossible, but I believed I could have done it. And I worked towards it I every day, doggedly. We were the only people in the office sometimes. Just Jasmine and I and the Porter Home team were the only people in that office with 350 agents in it. We were the only people in there sometimes. Late at night, 10 o'clock at night, if we had something to do, we were going to get it done. We had to submit offers. We submitted offers until the wee hours of the morning, and we didn't do it online. We had to print, we had to fax, we had to print, copy, carry it over to the broker, stick it in their slot, and pray. But you guys, listen, everything that you need, we're going to do everything we can to get it for you. We just want you to be successful. So this is the beginning. But don't put it in the back room. Use it. I'm done.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I see all the messages in the chat too. Yes, that
Sorry.
was
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
no worries. Listen, it looks like some people are asking to be hazed the way that you were hazed. Thanks to Mr. Porter, you guys have a much more refined version. So with that being said, I thank you for sharing our former goals and things. And I want you guys to be encouraged because some of you have your business plan from 2022 or from 2021. Continue to build on that. And every year, just like Mr. Porter said, you're going to accomplish more and more, right? In this business plan, it talks about 5-year goals. You have 5-year goals and then you break them down on a yearly basis so that you have an action plan to get those things accomplished. But if you don't set the goal and put it in front of you as your vision, then you don't have anything to aspire to. Okay. So as it pertains to your business goals, what are your business goals? And I want to state that as a general question, but then I want to give you some very specific things to consider because these are the things that I want you guys to take notes on as we speak. Okay, in terms of your business goals, the things that are going to help you to progress in this area is what specifically is your farm area? What is your target market? Who would you like to reach? What specific marketing activities are you going to do in order to reach those? And we can talk about marketing activities and strategies for days on end and probably not, just exhaust all of them, but these things specifically, we want for you guys to have a laser-like focus on who you are and what you do. Like we've been talking about just establishing and solidifying your position. Some of you have already been very diligent to start doing some things. And those things should very much be things that have already, begun to bring a whole lot of things to fruition for you guys. So we want you to continue to expand upon those things this year. As an example, some of you are doing a phenomenal job with open houses, and we want for you to continue to do open houses. Some of you are doing a phenomenal job with door knocking. We want you to continue to door knock. Some of you are, have done your home buyer seminars in the past, and we want for you to do them as a normal part of your calendar on a yearly basis. Actually, we used to do them on a monthly basis. At a minimum, you should have a quarterly home buyer seminar or something where you're able to bring buyers in, funnel them in to some type of marketing endeavor where you're grooming your pipeline for later that year. So when we're talking about business, what are your business goals? Of course, the first one is going to be to close 23 in 2023. That's the first one. We already talked about what January needs to look like for each one of us, and Mr. Porter is going to walk us through that training in the next 2 weeks on Realty Talks, but that's going to be establishing your business and solidifying your business presence. So from the entity that you're going to establish, Mr. Porter is going to walk you through those things. He's going to walk you through the business credit. He's going to walk you through everything that you need to know in order to have a firm foundation in that regard. But those are some examples of things that go on your business line. So what we're going to do is when you and I meet, what I want to see done is you're going to take this business section right here. So as some examples of some things that I just said, you're going to take those and you're going to break them down in a smart fashion, right? I'll go back here for now because you already know the things that you need to do in terms of numbers. We went through these last week. And if everybody were to just, a little bit more than double this, you will have the number of contacts that you need to make on a yearly basis in order to meet your goal, because your goal is 2023. But that being said, you know how many people you need to contact a day. But the next question is, what specifically do I need to be doing in terms of marketing endeavors, right? We talked about this being a symphony. We've had these conversations about layering your endeavors. Some things never go away. So when we add to it, you keep the foundational pieces. Your foundational pieces are talking to people everywhere you go, passing out those business cards. Your foundational pieces are collecting information and adding them to your book of business in your constant contact. Your foundational pieces are going to be to prospect within your sphere of influence. So you're calling everybody that you're connected with on a regular basis, at least 10 calls per day, so that you are having those conversations, building those relationships, getting those referrals and things from them. But everything that I just named, those things don't cost you anything. Those are things that you add on to your marketing endeavors. So in addition to those, what else are you going to do in order to get the number of contacts that you need, the number of leads that you need so that you can meet your business goal for the year? And that is where I want you to focus. I'll say that again. In addition to the things that are your foundational marketing pieces, just as a real estate professional, like building your book of business and talking to everybody in your sphere of influence, constantly adding people to constant contact, calling people on a daily basis, what else are you going to do with intentionality so as to get the number of contacts that you need to reach your goals for 2023? And that is where I want us to focus our energy for the business goal portion of this business plan. Okay. Some examples of that can be door knocking. Examples can be door knocking. You might, we have quite a number of full-time agents. Some agents have all day to work on their real estate business while others are dual career, and you may have evenings and weekends or whatever your time is. It is most important for you guys to time block. So when we walk through our SMART goals, the purpose or the end result of that is going to be your planners that you use on a weekly basis. You're going to have those action items articulated in your planner so that that 1 year goal is now broken up into 12 months, now broken up into 4 weeks, and then 1 day endeavors, right? You know the saying, how do you eat an elephant? Well, I wouldn't eat an elephant, but if you did, you would have to eat it one bite at a time. So your goal is to close 23 and 2023, but not all at once, right? You need to break that down. What specifically are you going to do? When are you going to do it? And the way to handle that is to take a look at your planner when it's blank, you have nothing in it. The very first things that you want to plot are things that are your non-negotiable time. So if you look at the second, what is this? This your second task, if you will, if this were, say by chance, this were a Monday schedule or something like that, you see what you already have planned to do, pick up the kids from school. Then after that, you plan something for your real estate business. You see something else in the evening, pick up the kids from the school. So your non-negotiable time, you might have, in addition to picking up the kids from the school, you might have Bible study time. You may have time that you already have committed to an organization. You need to go ahead and plot out your vacation for the year. You may have time for a committee that you're on. Whatever that normal standing time is, especially those that are dual career, you have that time and space for your 9 to 5. You're going to plot that first in your planner, right? The purpose of that is because after you plot that, now the world opens up in terms of all of the time that you will see around the things that you've already plotted. If you don't, then it feels like you don't have time because it feels like there's so many things to do that you can't find time to do things that you actually need to do in order to grow your business. So plot those things. If you're working from 9 to 5, if your day starts at 6, you need to determine what between 6 and 9 looks like. If your day ends at whatever time, I don't know what your evenings look like, don't know what time you guys go to bed, but if you get off at 5 in your dual career and you go to bed at, 11 or midnight, then you need to determine what that 7 hours looks like, right? What does that look like in terms of your prospecting endeavors? And if you know you need to prospect for your 2 hours in order to have your contacts, what intentional activities are you going to do to add the contacts to your book of business so that you make the number of touches and you get the number of referrals and leads that you need to close the amount of deals that you have in your real estate business plan? I'm going to pause right there. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I want to hear what you're thinking before I continue with this next aspect. Does anybody have any thoughts? Does anybody have any insight? Does anybody have any success in this area that will help the group? All right, if you don't, I will go ahead and continue.
Hey,
I hear
Jasmine,
Hey, Kurt,
how you guys doing today?
how are you?
I'm wonderful. I just wanted to chime in just real quick and, let everybody know out there that the business plan, it's funny. I'm in the car. I don't have mine obviously with me, but I've been doing them with you guys, really since I've been an agent, and I know I already have items that I could actually cross off that I've accomplished. And I just wanted to put it out there to the group that, whether you make a really, like Shay's saying, a really big, audacious goal or a small goal, either one, right? You don't really know what you can accomplish. So if you set something truly high, if you become fearful, well, the fear is imagined. You know what I mean? That fear doesn't actually exist. It's false evidence is appearing real. So the fear doesn't exist, or the success doesn't exist either, because you haven't actually attained it or accomplished it yet. But I would rather spend that energy of my thought on the success, because either one doesn't exist yet, so instead of going down a rabbit hole of fear and doubt and worry, why not go up the ladder of success, really building your imagination on the accomplishment of that goal, and another thing with the affirmations, it's not just something to haphazardly read every now and then. I challenge everybody, you pick 5 or you pick 10 affirmations that really speak to you, and you write them every day. You write those 10 affirmations. There's power with the written word. There's power with you writing it, you seeing it, then just kind of look at it and then whatever. You might look at it today, you might look at it. I even have gone so far as I have recorded my affirmations. So I have a recording of my goals, my things that I'm going to accomplish, that I'm working towards, and I actually will listen to it. My wife laughs at me at night because I have this, like, it looks like I have a head wrap on, but it's like a cordless, it's a wireless headset, and it Bluetooths to my phone, and I play my affirmations to myself right before I fall asleep. And then if I wake up earlier in the morning, before I get out, I might play them again, because there's power in your voice, hearing your affirmations that you want to achieve and accomplish. So all of these things that, the Porters are telling us about, anybody out here that has acquired huge success, whether any industry, they all have consciously or subconsciously done these things that they're saying, the writing down, the affirmations, the business plan, all of these things. If you want to be successful, you will do them, period. There's no way around it. So I just wanted to share that. It's kind of weird when I'm
Thank you
sitting
so much. No, it's
sitting in my
not
car.
weird at all, Curtis. This is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That makes me elated. I remember the time when we were talking about recording your own voice, and Curtis said he did it and he listens to it day and night. So we are going to challenge all of you with that. Your affirmations, you need to not only recite them. For those that write them down, but when you recite them, record yourself. Let it play. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Write it down. Put it on your phone. Put it on your screensaver. Put it on your refrigerator, right? This is unlimited in terms of the ways that you can be reminded of all the things that are possible to you, and to help groom the mindset that you need in order to be successful in this industry, in anything in life. Because the things that we're teaching you, like Curtis said, they go well beyond real estate. They are, applicable to real estate, but they're applicable to every area of your lives. So we encourage you guys to do the same thing. And when you have, come on to Realty Talks and let us know that you've done them. And they will change your mindset throughout the day, and you will be a whole lot more productive in the things that you endeavor to do.
Mrs. Porter?
Yes.
I just wanted to say, you guys are really kind of piggybacking on something I was doing this morning. I bought a book a long time ago, and I never really picked it up. It was a miracle morning for real estate agents. I bought it when I first got a license, I think, or somewhere along the way. and I put it down at some point. And then today I picked it up again. For some whatever reason, this morning I got up and I picked the book up, and it's just basically talking about everything that you're talking about now, especially mindset and setting your goals, especially for the day and then the next day, and you know, not trying to eat the platter at one time, but you know, taking little bites at a time. So I like this because it's really just confirmation of what I've just started doing this morning.
I'm excited to hear that, Paula. You are on the right path. You are definitely on the right path. I heard somebody else unmute themselves. Did you have something to share? All right, then we will continue from there. Thank you so much for sharing that, Curtis and Paula. For each one of us, if you have not already purchased a planner, get you a planner. If you need something physical that you carry with you, if that's the way that you do your planner, then make sure that you have the resources that you need to be successful. No excuses, okay? For those that like to do it electronically, if you put things into your Google Calendar on your phone like we do, just put it on your phone. But whatever that looks like, it's something that you need to be accountable to, right? In this industry, there's so many things that you're going to accomplish. There are going to be things that you'll have to overcome as well. We want you guys to be prepared for success, to prepare to handle it, and to set yourself up so that they're automated. You get used to spending this amount of time prospecting for business. You get used to adding these contacts into your constant contact in your Boomtown book of business. You get used to following up with people on a regular basis because that's where your success is in real estate. And with that being said, I hear a mindset of, you know, somebody might say, well, I don't have a lot of contacts in my cell phone, or they might say, I don't have a lot of contacts in my constant contact. And to that, I say, great. You know where your baseline is, you know where you're starting from, and you know what you need to do, right? Because we know that there is an abundance out there, right? There's over 7,000 people on 7 billion, didn't mean to say 1,000, 7 billion people on this planet. And with that being said, many of them are available just at the tip of your finger. So not just the people, not excluding the people that you'll meet in the stores. There's an abundance of people there, people at gas stations, people at your Costco, people at your, you know, the hair salon, people at your kids' school, people that are going to the grocery store with you, people that you can connect with on social media, all the different platforms there. You can literally befriend thousands of people in a matter of days. Literally thousands of people in a matter of days. And that's what I want you guys to be intentional to do. And with those people that you befriend on social media and everywhere that you go, be intentional about collecting that information, connecting with them, adding them to your book of business, right? We talked about this before. We went over it on, you know, things that you can do on social media. You can inbox people, or what is it called? Instant message people, you know, and just ask them for their email address, send them your information so that you can communicate with them the most up-to-date, or I'm going to say for Darlene and for Angela, the scoop on the real estate market, the latest scoop on the real estate market in the event that they want to be apprised of it. These are ways that you can connect with people. So for those of you that might say, well, I only have a couple hundred people or 50 people or whatever that case, or whatever the case is, I say, great, get started. You know exactly what you need to do, right? You know that baseline, and we should be able to sit down, talk about where you are, and measure your progress on a quarterly basis. So that is what our goal is to do this year and every year. Angela's asking people to share the planners that they use. If there's one that they highly recommend, if anybody wants to drop that in the chat, by all means, drop that in the chat. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just go through this because this is so important to your goals. Once you establish the goal, you've completed the first portion of your activity, right? Because now you're going to have to pull those goals that are most pertinent, especially the ones in your business, and you're going to take each goal and walk it through this SMART chart. So if you have one goal and somebody throw out one of your business goals. If I don't hear anything,
$1 million listing.
Okay, so to how many? All right, so let's just take that for her to list $1 million listing. So specifically, who, what, why, when, where. What tasks do you need to complete in order to complete your goal, right? That's what you put under the S for specific action items. So in order to list those $1 million listings, you need to clearly identify and articulate on here what specifically you need to do, what those action items are. And measurable, how much, how often, how many. So specifically, if you want to, I'm not sure if you might say you want to go and door knock, or you want to do your cold calling, you want to do your mailers, you want to do your online Facebook ads, you want to do, quite a number of things that you can do to attract these listings. Specify it specifically what that action item is and say how much you're going to do. So if it's mailers, that may be 500 mailers, how often per month, how many, you know what I mean? How many listings you're going to hit. All of those things need to be here. This is how you're going to identify your success. Attainable, you go through these questions. Is it achievable? What are the potential challenges, right? This is one of my favorite parts of the entire business plan. What are the potential challenges? And to that, the question is, what are some possible solutions, right? Because anytime that you endeavor to do something worthwhile, you need to be very sober-minded and anticipate that there may be some challenges, or there will be some challenges to your attempted success. And your goal is to think about what those possible challenges are going to be and provide yourself with some solutions, right? This year's time out for any excuses. What are the solutions? If you come to us, you come and say, well, this is what the problem is. This is why, I can't do this or couldn't do this. Well, I need to hear solutions. For every problem you bring, I need to hear 2 to 3 solutions, because at the end of the day, that is how you are going to overcome. You guys are overcomers. No matter what the challenge is, there are multiple ways to overcome the challenge. So just be mindful of that. If there are resources that are needed for that, then identify those, right? If it is something where you need, we have tons of resources for you guys here at Porterhouse. It may be something extra that you need. Whatever that is, identify the resources that you need in order to make that goal attainable. Is it relevant? Why is that there, right? Isn't everything we do relevant? No, it's not. There are a lot of things that you can do that may be good things to do, but is it relevant to your goal? And if it is not relevant to the specific goal that you're listing an action item for, then you need to remove it, okay? Because the goal is for this to get you closer to your goal. So if your goal is to list multi-million-dollar properties, and then you have something on here and it may be, something that could be very important for a different endeavor. Let's say for one endeavor, you're looking to market for home buyer seminars and you're going to door knock for renters. Door knocking for renters may not be the exact same thing that you need to do in order to get your multi-million-dollar listings. So that question, is it relevant and why is it important? That is how you need to weigh the action item that you're looking to complete. Is it specific to the goal that it is that you want to reach? And then just as importantly, the time bound factor, right? We all know that there have been things that we want to do, need to do, told people that we're going to do and everything, but if you don't set a date, it probably won't happen. The one day seems to never come, or if and when it does, it's so delayed, you could have done it 10 times between now and the time that you actually get to it. So that being said, you have to be very intentional to set a specific timeline for when this action item needs to be completed. So we talked about your business plan. This is for the whole year, but of course, you're not going to try to eat the elephant, the whole thing at a time. You're going to take one bite at a time. So you're going to back that down, say, okay, well, if I need to, list 12 of these $1 million listings per year, that means I need to list 1 per month. If I need to list 1 per month, that means I need to go on this number of listing appointments. Let's say I need to sell 1 per month. That means I need to go on this number of listing appointments in order to sell 1 of them per month. If I need to go on this many listing appointments, that means I need to have this many listing contacts. If I need to have this many listing contacts, then these are the activities that I'm going to do in order to make sure that I'm on target to reach my goal. Okay. And then last, but certainly not least, the results. Every time we have an action plan, a goal, or anything like that, now you got to take a look at what you've actually done and measure your success. Was this step successfully completed? Are there any revisions needed to that step? And that is imperative, right? Because just like Curtis alluded to, this is a work in progress, like Mr. Porter stated as well, in so many words, it is a work in progress. So there are going to be very many things that you'll do that you'll learn from, and you'll learn how to course correct and adjust to make that process more effective. You'll learn how to adapt it to you, your personal style, so that you're able to maximize whatever the opportunity is that you're looking to accomplish. So it is just as important for you to look at what you're doing to see if there's anything that you need to revise in order to make it even more effective for you. Okay? So when we come to meet, those are the things that you need to have completed: your business plan, and then this SMART goal action plan for your business goals. All the other goals, you can do them on your own time. I implore you to do these SMART goals. I'm changing the settings on there. Didn't mean to do that. I implore you to do that on your personal time. But as it pertains to our meeting time, these are the specific things that we're going to be going through. We're going to be going through this SMART goal action planner for you. So what do you need to do after today? What do you need to do? Complete this action plan. Complete your SMART goal action planner for the business goal section of it, and schedule your business plan meeting. We're going to have our one-on-ones, and we're going to dive deeply into all of the details to make sure that when you walk away with clarity and focus, and you know exactly what you need to be doing so that you can reach your goals for 2023. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to stop my portion of it, and I want to open up the floor to you guys. I know we are a couple minutes past our time, but I know that there are some of you, you're still on the line, so that's a great thing. Time check, it's 1:43, so I want to go ahead and allow us to end for those that need to go, but I want to open up the floor for those that have any questions. If there's anything that you'd like to ask, if there's anything that you'd like to add, whatever that looks like, now is your turn.
Hi, Jasmine, this is Aurelia. I just
Hello,
want
Aurelia.
hi, I just want